Maayong adlaw ka naton no, especially sa mga niya karon na ilabi na sa mga tawo nga makakita ni among video. Usa sa mga napilian namo nga tourist or heritage church diri sa South Cebu, ang Ginatilan, Cebu. Parish Church St. Gregory. Karong adlaw ato ning tukion o atong lantawon kung usay sulod sa simbahan ug unsay mga background information o labi na especially ang history. So, tara atong susihon.
Welcome to St. Gregory the Great Parish Church of Ginatilan, Cebu, Philippines!
And now we are here inside the Parish Church of Ginatilan, Cebu. And if we talk about church, the front face of the church is the altar. Altars probably originated by a certain localities, came to be regarded as holy or inhabited by spirits or gods, whose intervention could be solicited by a worshipper.
And also, church altars is used for meal prayers, communion, weddings, and other sacred rituals.
The church sanctuary renovation started way back in February 2022 with the renovation of altar retablo, main and sides, altar table, ambo, and other sanctuary furnitures. The renovation was completed in March 2022 with the renovated sanctuary blessed by His Excellency Archbishop Jose S. Palma on the annual fiesta of the parish. The salohia and basket wave patterns used during the 19th century Spanish era in the Philippines are the main design elements of the main retablo, side retablos, altar, and ambo. This concept was taken from CCC 1145. A sacramental celebration is woven from signs and symbols. In keeping with the divine pedagogy of salvation, their meaning is rooted in the work of creation and in human culture.
So, hi everyone! Primero na itong enter sa simbahan. So, una na itong makita is kani nga shell. So, ang kani nga shell, ani sulod nga holy water. Ang nagpangalan ni siya og holy water font. So, damay sulod siya nga holy water. So, i-sign na siya as a cross. So, kana, nagsimbolo na siya as a gibunyagan ta nga as a Kristyanismo.
Upon entering the church, one is integrated by two coral stone columns supporting the choir loft. Access to the choir loft from the convent is through capital doors that open to a tribuna which features a small stairway to the upper reaches of the loft. A wooden retablo of unknown age graces the altar. The church has retained its 1930s machuca tiles. The parish of Ginatilan is one of a few which has not replaced these charming reminders of a bygone age, named after the major manufacturer of Mediterranean-style Balduza cement tiles, Don Jose Machuca.
This is called the Stations of the Cross, which depict the events of Jesus Christ's final journey in Jerusalem from his condemnation to his crucifixion and burial. There are typically 14 stations, each representing a specific event. Pilgrims move from station to station, reflecting on the significance of each moment in the Passion of Christ. It's a devotional practice observed by many Christians during Lent and especially on Good Friday. This room is called an adoration chapel with a tabernacle. In a church is often a place where Catholics practice Eucharistic adoration. The tabernacle contains a consecrated host, believed to be the body of Christ. Adorers spend time in silent prayer, reflecting on the presence of Jesus in the Eucharist. This practice is rooted in the belief in the real presence of Christ in the consecrated host, fostering a sense of reverence and devotion among worshippers. The Adoration Chapel provides a peaceful setting for individuals to deepen their spiritual connection and seek solace in contemplation.
Saint Gregory the Great Parish Church Belfry. During Father Lopez's administration, he obtained approval for the construction of a bell tower or belfry and a chapel baptistry adjacent to the bell tower. The laying of the foundation of the belfry was done on March 25, 1883, and by 1886 the tower and baptistry were completed. The church and belfry were made of cut stone and briarwood. Don Domingo Escondrelios, an architect of the government, designed the convent and the belfry of Ginatilan. The belfry contains a total of 6 brass bells of different sizes and dimensions, 4 of which remain hanged, while 2 are already idly lying on the belfry floor.
The upper part of Ginatilan's magnificent belfry, exhibiting Islamic Mudéjar influences with excellent views of its northern, southern, eastern, and western horizon from the 4 equidistant oculi at the 5th body or cuerpo. The wooden stairway connecting the 5 cuerpos of the belfry. Note the palitada applied on the inner walls of the coral stone fabric. Among the most interesting feature of this church is its belfry, deliberately punched with a number of equidistant and similar sized holes, perhaps to provide ventilation or even to allow for protective poisoning of arrows and muskets in times of mortar raids.
Presently, the bells are rung to signify the time for specific events, such as regular Sunday masses, weddings, funerals, and to announce the death of a resident. 3 bells for male and 2 for female. For Angelus prayer every 6 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. Also for the 3 o'clock prayer in the afternoon, dedicated to the Divine Mercy. Every night at 8 o'clock, the bell also rings to call the residents to remember and pray for their dead loved ones. It was believed that in the olden days, the bells were rung to sound civil defense. In the town with the strong campanological traditions, the belfry continues to serve the region of purpose and is very much a part of the people.
Saint Gregory the Great, or also known as Pope Gregory I, is a central figure of the medieval Western Church and one of the most admired popes in history. Born in the year 540 into a noble Roman family, Gregory received a classical education in liberal arts and the law. By around age 30, Gregory had advanced to high political office in Rome. Sometime after becoming the prefect of the former imperial capital, Gregory chose to leave the civil administration to become a monk during the rise of the Benedictine order. After 3 years of strict monastic life, he was called personally by the Pope to assume the office of a deacon in Rome. From Rome, he was dispatched to Constantinople to seek aid from the emperor for Rome's civic travels, and to aid in resolving the Eastern Church's theological controversies. He returned to Rome in 586 after 6 years of service as the papal representative to the Eastern Church and Empire. as Pope Gregory brought his political experience at Rome Constantinople to bear in the task of preventing the Catholic Church from becoming subservient to any of the various groups struggling for control of the former imperial capital. As a former abbot of a monastery, he strongly supported the Benedictine movement as the bedrock of the Western Church. He sent missionaries to England and is given much of the credit for the nation's conversion.
In undertaking these works, Pope Gregory saw himself as a servant of the servants of God. He was the first of the bishops of Rome to popularize the now traditional papal title, which referred to Christ's command that those in the highest position of leadership should be the last of all and the servant of all. Even as he undertook to consolidate papal power and shore up the crumbling Roman West, Saint Gregory the Great maintained a humble sense of his mission as a servant and pastor of souls, from the time of his election until his death in March 12, 604. He is the patron saint of Ginatilan. In the parish grounds in front of the church stands a monument in honor of our patron saint. Reverend Messenger Daniel Denise and Nicole, former parish priest, ordered the creation of such a monument. It was erected on December 23, 1999 and was blessed on January 1, 2000.
Was a Filipino Roman Catholic martyr lived in the 17th century, born in Ginatilan City. He was a young catechist and companion of the Jesuit missionaries in the Philippines.
So, San Pedro Calungsod was officially canonized by Pope Benedict XVI on St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City on October 21, 2012. So, Ginatilan is proud to have San Pedro Calungsod as saint. It is because naadyo ito ka lugar nga ni angkor nga dito nagikan si San Pedro Calungsod. Pero sa pagpangita dyan sa ebidensya, diri nakita nga si San Pedro Calungsod ay nagikan siya mismo dito sa Kagsi Ginatilan.
Even before the canonization of San Pedro Calungsod on October 21, 2012, a small monument was created in the parish grounds in the year 1995 under the order of Rev. F.R. Marian East Miha, parish priest at that time. The monument was constructed by three parishioners dubbed as the Three Kings, namely Cristino Tocao, Pedro Villa, and Rodrigo Cinco. Before, the monument structure was made mostly with molive, or in Bisaya, tugas. The painting was bought from the Cebu City and repainted by Gualberto Quijano Jr. At this point, there was only a painting in the monument. In his beatification in the year 2000, the first statue was erected in the monument given by a family and identified. Unfortunately, the feet of the statue was burned due to the improper placement of candles. After the incident, the statue was replaced with a new one donated by the Mumu family.
Few years later, the late Reverend Father Gerardo de la Victoria ordered the creation of the cemented structure. The painting and the statue are still intact. Only the love structure was renovated. The parroquia ni San Gregorio Magno in Ginatilan, Cebu celebrate its annual fiesta on October 21. Presently, the monument still serves its purpose as a place of devotion and worship to our second Filipino saint. It remains as one of the most important features of the parish and to the humble town of Ginatilan.
About sa background sa simbahan sa diri sa municipality of Ginatilan. And my question is, nganong sa kadagang Santos si San Gregorio Magno ang mahimong Santos diri sa lungsod sa Hinatilan? Ay, patron sa lungsod sa Hinatilan.
Kanagot din nila sa kaniadto kaning atong parokya sa San Gregorio attached lata sa San Juan di ay kuan sa Espanya nga muuntang pagbiya mauto nga mahitabo himo kitang parokya niya kay sa kaniadto ang mga sa panahon sa Espanyol na amay musaag nga mga Muslims atake din sa atong kadagatan niya kaning atong simbahan kani ato ang luyo ani kadagatan naman nang naatay inganlan nato kani tower ya nga maglantaw ang mga bulupyo aron sa pagtanaw na abay mga Muslim na wani nanagani magadulong kay nailan man jud kaayo na sila tungod sa ilang baruto nga dagko kaayo mo bagting din ang kampana so mo alert kayo na ang mga Muslim kaya itong higayon na sumala sa akong mga katigulangan nag-isip man na kani adto naadyo kunoy makita nila din baga na kalasangan man yun na dili kudunggo sila ano ba di kadugo ang mga ultra tungod kay naay kalasangan unya sa panahon po sa gubat na si San Gregorio maudyo na nahapili kay diha man higayon nga ang mga inatilanon ila unta na nilang i-evacuate ilang kwaon ang imahe ni San Gregorio kanang imahe nga iposisyon matag pista ibalhin ta i-evacuate nila dato nila sa pag-evacuate dyan nila maalsa kay magpabilin dyan siya among proteksyon sa simbahan mo na usad siguro dyan na kahimundan nga una ang patron mahina yun siya may bantay hindi sa karokya siya thank you before you is wag na kahatan thank you so much
St. Gregory the Great Parish Church edifice was constructed on February 1829 where the modest chapel used to stand. It is made of coral and limestone yew and cut for the purpose. The church measures 57 meters long, 35 meters wide in the altar area, and 20 meters high. The altar is elevated 4 steps from the ground level. The church has black and white mosaic floors made of marble. The windows are now decorated with modern stained glasses reflecting various images of saints. Before it became a full-fledged parish to the decree of Bishop Romiel Boaquin on October 5, 1847, a temporary house of worship could have been built on the present site where the stone church stands, as the date February 2, 1829 is memorialized on floor. Another interesting evidence of antiquity of the parish is a bell cast on 1820. The church made with cross vault of strong mamposteria with tile roofing. Today, the church attests to the never-fading religiosity of Ginatilanos. It is still the best venue for key events during the year that bring the church family together.